Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel, where we talk all things Dallas Cowboys. Today, we've got some hot, breaking news that's been buzzing all over social media, NFL forums, and among Cowboys fans alike. You know how the NFL offseason tends to heat up, right? Well, this one's no different. Rumors are swirling about a potential major move by our beloved Cowboys, and it's got everyone talking. Now, I won't keep you in suspense for too long, but let's just say that the team might be making a bold decision that could shake up their roster significantly. And honestly, this could be a game-changer for the Cowboys as they gear up for the 2025 season. So, what exactly is happening? Well, according to some in-depth analysis from Pro Football Focus, one of the most respected sources when it comes to NFL predictions and roster evaluations, the Cowboys might be eyeing a potential cut of a key defensive player, and that player is none other than cornerback DJ Reader. Yes, you heard that right. DJ Reader, a player who's been a critical part of the Cowboys' secondary in recent seasons, could be on the chopping block. And the reason? It's all about salary cap management, folks. The numbers are eye-popping. Cutting Reader could free up as much as $67 million in cap space, which is absolutely huge in the NFL world. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Wait, what? Cut DJ Reader? Why would they do that? Well, let's dig into it. The NFL, as you all know, is a business first and foremost. Teams constantly have to balance their dreams of winning with the reality of financial constraints. And with the 2025 season approaching, every franchise is looking for ways to optimize their roster, cut costs, and position themselves for a deep playoff run. For the Cowboys, this means making some tough decisions, especially when it comes to high-paid veterans or players whose contracts no longer align with the team's strategic goals. DJ Reader has been a very solid player. He's known for his versatility, covering receivers, playing in nickel packages, even stepping up in big moments. His agility and ball skills have earned him respect in the league. But, as with many contracts in the NFL, the bigger the paycheck, the more pressure there is to justify it, especially if there are younger, cheaper options emerging or if the team needs to reallocate resources to other positions. In this case, the Cowboys might be looking at Reader's $67 million cap hit over the next few seasons and thinking, hey, we could use that money elsewhere. And here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about saving a bunch of money and reallocating it. It's also a strategic move. The Cowboys are known for being a smart, forward-thinking franchise, especially under the guidance of their front office. They've shown that they're not afraid to make tough calls if it means improving the overall team. Think back to recent seasons, cutting or trading players like Amari Cooper, or restructuring contracts to keep a competitive roster. It's all part of the chess game of NFL roster management. But let's not forget that cutting a player like Reader isn't a decision taken lightly. The impact on the locker room, the chemistry, and the on-field performance are all factors that weigh heavily on the team's decision-makers. Reader's leadership, experience, and on-field production have been valuable, especially as the Cowboys have been trying to solidify their secondary. Losing a player like him could create a gap that needs to be filled, either through a new signing, a draft pick, or internal development. So, what are the potential repercussions? Well, first and foremost, it could free up a significant amount of salary cap space, giving the Cowboys more flexibility in free agency or to extend key players. For instance, players like CD Lamb, Micah Parsons, or even some of their younger stars could see extensions or new contracts, which are crucial for maintaining a competitive roster long-term. The NFL is a league where the salary cap is a constant challenge, and managing it effectively can mean the difference between a playoff team and a rebuilding one. Now, I want to pause here for a second. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Because, honestly, this kind of move could also be a signal that the Cowboys are planning to make some big splash signings or maybe even draft a high-profile player to bolster their defense. When a team makes a move like this, it often indicates they're trying to reshape their roster to better fit their vision for the upcoming season. But, of course, all of this remains in the realm of speculation for now. The Cowboys have not officially announced anything, and in the NFL, plans can change rapidly. The decision to cut a player as experienced and talented as Reeder would involve numerous considerations: coaching staff input, team chemistry, future plans, and the overall strategic direction of the franchise. The front office will weigh the pros and cons carefully before pulling the trigger. Let's also look at DJ Reeder's recent performance. Over the past few seasons, he's been a consistent contributor. His stats include multiple interceptions, pass breakups, and key tackles that have often been pivotal in close games. The Cowboys secondary has faced its share of challenges, but Reeder's presence has often been a stabilizing factor. He's been a player who can match up against top receivers and has shown leadership on and off the field. That being said, the NFL is a ruthless business, and sometimes, even good players become cap casualties if it means improving the overall team. Now, imagine how fans are reacting to this rumor. You can bet that social media is already flooded with opinions. Some are mourning the potential loss of Reeder, citing his leadership and experience. Others are arguing that it's simply a smart financial move, freeing up cap space to sign younger talents or to sign that star free agent they've been eyeing. The Cowboys have always been a team that balances tradition with innovation. They have a rich history of making bold moves that sometimes surprise the league, but ultimately, it's all about putting the team in the best position to win. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' off-season plans will be heavily influenced by these kinds of decisions. If they do decide to cut Reeder, then the focus shifts to who will fill that role. Will they promote from within, draft a promising cornerback, or sign a veteran free agent? The draft is looming, and the Cowboys have several needs to address, cornerback being high among them, especially if they're considering a reshuffle. Furthermore, this situation ties into the larger picture of the NFC East, which remains highly competitive. The Eagles, Giants, and Commanders are all making moves, and the Cowboys need to stay ahead of the curve. Every decision, including potential roster cuts, must be strategic. They're trying to build a team capable of not just making the playoffs but making a deep run in the postseason. And speaking of the postseason, the Cowboys' recent history has been a roller coaster. They've had seasons where they looked dominant, only to fall short in crucial moments. Last year's defense, while solid, still showed some vulnerabilities, especially against high-powered offenses. Strengthening that unit, whether through retaining key players like Reeder or bringing in new talent, is a priority for the coaching staff and front office. They know that the margin for error is razor-thin, and every move counts. In addition to the roster management, there's also the story of the Cowboys' culture. They've built a team that emphasizes toughness, resilience, and a winning mentality. Any decision to cut a player like Reeder will be carefully considered not just from a financial standpoint but also from a locker room perspective. The leadership group, including players like Micah Parsons and others, will have a say, and their voices can influence management's final decision. Now, let's talk a bit about the bigger picture here. The NFL landscape is constantly shifting, with teams adjusting their rosters year after year. The Cowboys, historically one of the most popular and successful franchises in the league, are no strangers to making bold moves. Sometimes, those moves pay off immediately, and other times, they set the stage for future success or disappointment. But what's clear is that the team is always looking to improve, to adapt, and to stay competitive. And don't forget, the offseason isn't just about roster cuts or signings. It's also about coaching strategies, player development, and team chemistry. The Cowboys have a talented core, but they also need to fill some gaps to be true contenders. The potential release of DJ Reader could be a part of that larger puzzle, freeing up resources to shore up other areas like linebacker, safety, or even offensive line, depending on what the coaching staff envisions. As we approach the upcoming draft and free agency period, all eyes are on Dallas. Will they pull the trigger on this move? Will they find a way to keep Reader and manage their cap differently? These are the questions that will dominate fan discussions in the coming weeks. And I can tell you, the Cowboys front office is working tirelessly behind the scenes to craft a roster that will make fans proud and give them a chance at that elusive Super Bowl title. So, to all the Cowboys fans out there, stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The next few days could bring official announcements, or they might just be further rumors, but either way, it's a thrilling time to be a Cowboys supporter. We've seen this team face adversity before, and we've seen them come out stronger on the other side. That's the spirit of the Dallas Cowboys, resilient, ambitious, and always aiming for greatness. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation? Do you think cutting DJ Reader is the right move? Or would you prefer they keep him and find a way to restructure his contract? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so make sure to stay tuned for all the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's keep the faith and keep supporting our team, no matter what twists and turns lie ahead.